Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Brandie Channail coming to you with another video. This one is going to be a mukbang video. Y'all know my last video that I uploaded was a Buffalo Wild Wings mukbang video, and I was talking about eating with Q or eat with Q. I think it's eating with Q. Maybe it's eat with Q, but she was eating some Chinese chicken fried wings in red sauce, and it looked so good. And I have been on a mission to find me some Chinese fried chicken wings. We used to eat them all the time, my in-laws and my husband and I, and then like all of the Chinese restaurants around here stopped selling them for some reason. I don't know why, but they did. And so I have been looking for them ever since she did that video, and it has been so hard to find them. But I found some today, and I'm super excited because I'm so hungry. I've been running errands all day. I went and got my nails done this morning, and now I'm about to eat because I'm so hungry. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to get started. So here's my food. I cannot wait. It's going to be so good. So good. So I got fried chicken wings, and they don't make theirs whole. They cut them in half. So I have halves. So basically they're like wingettes. But I have 8 of them. I wish you could see them. Can you see them? Yeah. So I have 8 wingettes. And then I cannot go to a Chinese food restaurant without getting crab rangoon. It's like one of my favorite things in the world to eat. I think my lighting needs a little bit of adjustment. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So, of course, I got that. Y'all know I can't really eat a whole lot of food, so I'm gonna do what I can. But I think I can. I think I can do these because I'm super hungry. So, yeah. So there's my wings. And then my crab rangoon, and I need to adjust the camera so that you can see my food a little bit. How can I do that? If I pull it back a little bit, if I pull my food back some, can you see? Yeah. So here we are, my chicken wings and my crab rangoon. So excited. It looks so good. It smells delicious too. And then, of course, I have my red sauce. And what else? I'm so hungry, gosh. Oh. Okay, I'm going to pray, and then I'm going to start eating. Father God, I thank you for this food that I'm about to receive. I ask that you allow it to be nourishment to my body, God. Bless the hands that prepared it with your favor. Bless those who do not have right now, God. Father God, I know this season is kind of depressing for some people, and so I ask right now that you touch in the mighty name of Jesus. I pray, amen. Okay. Let's get started because I'm excited. Now, like I said, I've had the fried chicken wings before, but I've never dipped them in the red sauce. So I'm going to try that real quick and see what that tastes like. That is pretty good. They don't fry their chicken like we fry our chicken. Like, it has a different flavor. It's really good. So, y'all, I got a story for y'all today. So I told y'all I went and got my nails done today. And it was a little bit of drama at the nail shop today. Excuse me. That's so good. But yes, y'all, it was a little bit of drama at the nail shop today. And I was like, ooh. So, let's start from the beginning. This lady and her young daughter came in this morning, and I have a standing appointment with my girl every fourth Saturday. So the nail shop opens at 10. I'm there at 10 every Saturday, every fourth Saturday of the month. For my appointment. And there are always only 3 people there when I get there. The owner, her cousin, and then the owner's mother. which the owner's mother does the pedicures. The cousin does my nails, and then the owner does a lot of, you know, does nails too, obviously. So good. Honestly, my favorite thing at the Chinese restaurant. Anyway, so I'm getting my pedicure done first because I get a dip on my natural nails, and then I get gel on top of that. So first thing that happens when I get there is that they drill the gel off, and then they soak my nails, they wrap my nails with acetone to soak off my dip. And then I get my pedicure while that's soaking off. This is just water, y'all. So I'm sitting there getting my pedicure done, and I want to say my pedicure was wrapping up because I looked at the time when they came in, because when they came in, they said, we have an appointment with so-and-so. Let's just say her name is Gina at 11 o'clock. My daughter has an appointment with Gina at 11 o'clock, and I want a pedicure. So they say, okay, pick out your color or whatever. Now, it's 10:58, and Gina had somebody in her chair. Gina came late, apparently, and I don't know if the person in her chair was an appointment or not, but there's somebody in her chair, and they're well into her full set or whatever she was getting. I think she was getting a full set, and the owner asked Gina, is this your appointment? And Gina's like, I don't know. Is it? And so they say, yeah, the appointment is with Gina. And so nothing else is said at that point. So they pick their colors and they go back and sit down. I'm wrapping up my pedicure, getting ready, headed to the chair for my girl to start on my nails. And I'm sitting there, and we're starting on my nails. The daughter with the 11 o'clock appointment is still sitting down. At this point, it's like 11:28. And I'm like, she ain't even told this girl, like, I'm gonna be a minute or nothing. She just sitting, waiting. And they pulled the mom to start on her pedicure because the owner's mother does everybody's pedicures. So they started on the mama's pedicure. So in comes a walk-in with a little girl. Probably, maybe the little girl was 3, maybe 4. I feel like 4 is kind of pushing it. I don't think she was quite 4. And the little girl is like visibly upset when she comes in, like she's pouting and stuff. And so the woman asks, the owner asks, like, what do you need? You know, what services do you need? The girl wants a full set and a pedicure. Well, y'all, this shop is pretty, I would say pretty exclusive as far as if you're wanting designs or whatever. Like, it's pretty popular. And so usually on Saturdays it's booked. I mean, there are only a few of them in that early to begin with. And then they usually have appointments. So they're usually booked. It's hard to walk in. They don't even have a sign that advertises walk-ins welcome, because walking in on a Saturday is just not likely. So the girl walks in. So the owner says, we won't have anything available until 4 o'clock. And so the girl stands there looking kind of awkward for a minute. And we kind of, it's awkward. We're kind of like, okay, well, what is she standing here looking for? So She turns around and she says, okay, I guess I'll go. I guess I'm gonna go. And so everybody was like, okay. Like, I mean, we didn't expect you to sit here. Because mind you, it's like 11:30. We didn't expect you to sit here until 4 o'clock. So, so when she leaves, the baby really gets upset. Like, the baby starts crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with the baby? Like, why is she crying like that? And so the owner says, do y'all think she's mad at me? Confused, like, do y'all think she's mad at me? And we were like, yeah, she looked pretty upset. I mean, but if you're booked, you're booked. Like, you can't get mad at that, because I've been to nail shops that will allow you to sit and wait. They'll say it's going to be a 20-minute wait, but you'll sit down and you'll be waiting for an hour or 2 hours, or even worse, they'll start you on your pedicure and sit you in water and have you sitting in your water for 30 minutes. So I can appreciate the fact that she was just like, we don't have anything until 4 o'clock. So, I definitely appreciate their honesty. Because most nail shops would not want to miss that money and would just be like, okay, have a seat and we'll be with you. So anyway, everybody is trying to figure out, like, why, you know, what was this awkward pause about? Well, Gina, the one whose appointment is still waiting, says, I'm glad she left anyway. Don't nobody want to hear no crying baby for 2 hours. Which, a couple points. That's right. Like, I get it. I'm a mother. I have two kids. I'm pregnant with a third. So, but I completely understand that when you go to the nail shop, it's not really, first of all, it's not a place for children with the chemicals and stuff. But, you know, you kind of go to relax and get away. You don't really want to be bothered with crying children. However, as a mother, I do understand that sometimes you don't have a choice. You know, you have to take your kids where you go, especially if you're a single mother. You know, you really don't have a choice. So, you know, I get both sides of it. However, it was completely unprofessional and rude to say out loud, to say the least. So when she said it, I was like, wow. Like, again, I get it and I understand, but I can't believe you would say that out loud. Like, who does that? I might have to change my battery. And I am sucked in this corner. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. But, so I get it. But it was completely unprofessional to say something like that out loud. Like, that was not okay. And I don't agree with that at all. However, so she was just like, I'm glad she took her crying baby, because we don't want to be listening to that for 2 hours or whatever. And so everybody else was just like, well, I just don't get what the awkward pause was about. Like, why did she, you know, if services aren't available till 4, I don't know what the contemplation is. Like, either you're going to come back or you're not. And then another girl and I were just like, well, I'm more like, why? I wonder why the baby was upset. Because like I said, when they walked in, the baby was like pouting and kind of whimpering and stuff. But when they left, she was full on crying. So I'm just like, well, what's wrong with the baby? I said, well, maybe, you know, just thinking out loud. We're all guessing, of course. Well, maybe she thought she was getting, you know, she wanted to get her little feet done, and she was upset because they had to leave. Because my nieces, both of my nieces are really prissy. Both of my youngest nieces are really prissy. And they both get their nails and feet done. So I can understand, and they're 5. So I can understand, you know, if she was upset and she was expecting to get her nails and stuff done. You know, but she didn't mention any child services when she asked about availability. So that was kind of a scratch. Then I was like, well, maybe, you know, maybe she saw her mom was upset and she was scared that, you know, mommy's upset, so I might get in trouble. So then the lady sitting at the pedicure, sitting getting her pedicure, says, whose daughter is waiting on her 11 o'clock appointment, and it's now like 11:35, 40. Says, I'm just sitting here listening because that's my daughter and my granddaughter. And we're like, what? So, the baby and the girl who came and left were her granddaughter and her daughter. Mind you, when the girl came in, she did not speak to her mother or her sister that was sitting there waiting for her appointment. When they left, she did not say goodbye or anything like that. So, we're all super confused. We had no idea because obviously they didn't come together. So now, me and the girl sitting next to me are like, oh, that makes sense. That's why the baby was crying. She didn't want to leave her grandmother, which makes total sense. Like, we get that. And then it kind of makes sense why the girl was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll leave. Because she was talking to her mother. But the mother never acknowledged that she was talking to her. And she never said goodbye to her mom. So, we're still super confused about it because it was just a weird, awkward situation. But in my mind, I'm like, but so now the owner is like, oh shoot, because we've been just talking about it. Now, mind you, nobody said anything rude or disrespectful aside from Gina, who was talking about, I'm glad she left with that crying baby, because don't nobody want to hear that. But that was the first start of the conversation. And if I'm the woman getting my pedicure, I'm addressing Gina right off the bat. Like, excuse me? That's my daughter and my granddaughter that you're talking about. Like, I'm not going to sit there and let the whole thing go on as long as it did without addressing how rude and disrespectful and unprofessional her comment was. But she sat there, got her whole pedicure, and everything. And she asked my girl to take her card so she can pay for her pedicure. And then her daughter that had the appointment goes out to the car. Now, nobody around me is peeping any of this, but I am. I'm like watching everything. So, the owner sees the daughter go outside. So, the owner asks Gina, your appointment is leaving. Are you going to ask, you know, if she's coming back or what? So, Gina goes to the mom. And Gina is like, is she just going to the car for something, or is she coming back? And the mom is like, no, I don't want you touching her. I mean, she big mad, y'all. And I totally get it. But me, from my standpoint, I'm not sitting there that long, and I'm not sitting through a pedicure. I'm not. Furthermore, I would have checked her when she said what she said. I would have got up and I wouldn't have paid for anything. Because again, her comments were 100% inappropriate and unprofessional. So I would not have blamed her. And me and the girl sitting next to me are sitting here saying the same stuff. Like, you better than... I said, you know, you better than me, because I wouldn't have sat there through all of that. Like, I would have addressed her off top. Because it was offensive what she said. And so... But nobody heard this woman tell Gina that she didn't want her touching her daughter. They just got up, they just left after her pedicure was done. So once they left, I said to the owner, you must not have heard what she said. And he was like, what'd she say? I said, she told Gina she didn't want her touching her daughter. And she said, when did she say that? I said, oh my gosh, y'all just missed that whole exchange? Like, I said, I didn't even know. I was surprised that you even had Gina ask the mom where the daughter was going, because you knew the mother was obviously upset. And really, if she was upset at anybody, you know who it was that she was upset with. And that's the very person you asked to check on where her daughter was going. Like, and she was like, well, I just didn't want her to say something. Now, mind you, it's 12 o'clock. And Gina's still working on the other girl still. So, we got a couple problems. One, my appointment was at 11 with you, and you sitting here with somebody else's nails a whole hour later and still never addressed the fact that you were going to be late for my appointment. Second, you talk noise about my niece and my sister. And third, then you're going to have the nerve to ask me where my daughter went about the appointment that you still at 12 o'clock are not ready to take. Like, so the owner was like continuously checking, because while the mom was sitting there getting her pedicure, her fingers was going. She was texting or something on something, maybe yelping, I don't know. But the owner kept checking her Facebook for a bad review. I'm just like, it goes to show you, you never know who's around. And you know, I don't know, but y'all tell me what y'all think. I would have said something a long time ago. Like, ma'am, that's my daughter. And my grandbaby you talking about. I'm going to need you to calm down a little bit. I mean, and even after she knew it was her daughter, she never apologized. She never acknowledged it. She just was doing business as usual. Acting like everything was okay. And then even had the nerve to say, after the woman had left, of course, it won't be the first time I got a bad review, and I'm sure it won't be the last. Ma'am. Like, really? I know y'all are an exclusive nail shop and on high demand and all that, but that still does not give you the right to provide poor customer service. Like, no. And they were just like, we make it abundantly clear. And she was just like, we make it very clear that we are not kid friendly. There's a difference in not being kid friendly and being rude and disrespectful. Like, I think that it's expected at most salons that you don't bring your children. However, y'all give kiddie pedicures, so to some degree you need to be kid friendly, and you don't need to be disrespectful to your clients regardless. So y'all tell me what y'all think. My nail tech was quiet the whole time. She didn't say nothing. So, she's always super professional. I mean, like I said, everybody was fairly, you know, it's a nail shop. It's just like a salon or a barbershop. You have conversation, you talk about stuff. So it wasn't strange that she asked the question, you know, do y'all think I upset her? Because she wanted everybody's opinion. But what was out of line and should have never happened was the comments that Gina made. Period. Period. Y'all watch Zoe. He is hilarious. But I would have been, yeah, I'm not paying for this, and I would be writing a bad review too if I was there. I mean, her experience was not a good one. But, woo. I say the lady was big mad, but she wasn't my kind of big mad, because my kind of big mad, like I said, would have got up in the middle of my pedicure and been done. I would have checked her and left. Period. Like, you don't do that. You don't do that. People's kids and grandkids and stuff, that's off limits. And you don't be rude and disrespectful about it. Of course, nobody wants to hear a baby crying for 2 hours. Her own mama don't want to sit there and hear her cry for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like, duh, that's a given. But you don't have to say that. You don't have to say that, and you don't have to be rude about it. So, that was my experience at the nail shop today, y'all. And it was very, what's the word? I don't know. I don't want to say entertaining, but it was a little situation. And I definitely think Gina was out of line. For sure. Y'all comment down below and tell me what you would have did in that situation, and what you think about the whole situation as a whole. Like, I don't know. If I was a new customer, I might have been off put by it by just a little bit. Like, I might have been like, and the owner didn't really check her either. The owner didn't really check Gina, which I kind of feel like a conversation needed to be had. And maybe not in front of everybody, but my thing is, I don't think she's going to address her at all. And I think that that's a conversation that needs to be had, because no matter how much business you have, you can't just throw business away like that. And you can't disregard people's feelings and customer service altogether just because there's a high demand for y'all. And you moving too slow anyway, because you've been on this one lady for 2 hours and you just doing her nails. And when she got done, they wasn't looking like much of anything anyway. So, but yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here and talk to y'all while I ate my little lunch. It was really good. It's gone. I ate it all too, y'all. Y'all proud of me? Y'all proud of me? She growing up. I'm full though. I am full. But yeah. So tonight my husband and I are going on like a double date situation. And so I think I'm going to do a little, maybe like a get ready with me type video. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah. That's it for this video. I love you guys so much. I will see y'all next time. And yeah. Bye.